Good afternoon. Today we are moving on with those equations, doing Po17. I can solve equations using multiplication and division. Yesterday we were talking about the adding and subtracting. Today is multiplying and dividing. Solving an equation with multiplication or division is like addition or subtraction. Well, let's walk through our three methods again. So same three methods that we talked about in our last objective. So we have 8n equals 32. Logically, what is the equation as a question? Henry?
8 times 1 equals 32.
Very good. 8 times what? Equals 32. Now let's think about the opposite operations. The opposite of multiplying by 8 is dividing by 8. So dividing both sides of the equal sign by 8 will give the variable by itself. Remember, we have to balance it out. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other, because they need to be balanced. So if we have 8n equals 32, I like to do the division bar. So 8 divided by 8 is 1. Do I need to put a 1 in front of my n? Why not?
Because it just stays the same.
It stays the same. Any number times 1, it stays the same number. So I don't actually have to put a 1 in front of it, but I do need to know that there is a 1 in front of that variable. That's going to come in handy to know in the future. In future objectives that we will get to, we do need to know there is a 1 in front of the variable. We don't write it. It's one of those invisible math things that we have, but there is a 1 there, just like we don't write the multiplication sign there. We know the number in front of a variable multiplies it. It's one of the things we know. So 8 divided by 8 is 1. We don't have to write that. 32 divided by 8 is 4. Fact families. So let's think about our fact families. So our first one is the equation. 8n equals 32. What's another multiplication fact family? Henry?
And 8 equals 32?
So because the number comes after the variable, we do put the multiplication sign.
Okay.
So n times 8. We only skip that when our number's right in front of the variable. So now we have our 2 multiplying. We need our 2 dividing. Elliot?
8 divided by n?
It wouldn't be 8 divided by n, because that is not going to equal 32.
No, 32.
So we want to take that, what it equals, what the quotient is, that's going to be the first number. So Elliot said 32 divided by 8 equals n. What would be another way? Clara?
32 divided by n equals 8.
32 divided by n equals 8. Okay, so what Elliot was working through is a really important thing that we need to do. You always have to ask yourself, what is that first number going to be? So you have to start with the quotient divided by the 8, the quotient divided by the number. Which of these is the most important fact? Finley?
32 divided by 8 equals 10.
Yeah, 32 divided by 8 equals n. That's the most useful fact that we have, because that's what we have to do. 32 divided by 8. 32 divided by 8 is 4. 32 divided by 8 is 4. 8 times what equals 32? 8 times 4 equals 32. So it doesn't matter which method we use, we get the same answer. In the future, we will be using opposite operations, because it won't be easy, right? You won't be able to just ask the logic question and know the answer. So that's why we're practicing it. So, well, let's look at what we have to do today. as with any equation, once you find the value for the variable, plug it into the original equation and make sure that it works, make sure it's balanced, that it's a true solution. So, just like yesterday, we have to use two methods from above and solve for the variable in the equation. So let's look at, for our 9n equals 90, we're gonna do all three ways because we're doing it together. Who can tell me one way? Laurel. So what would my question be?
9 times what equals
9 times what number equals 90? And Laurel, do you know the answer to that question? Okay. All right. What's another way? Henry?
You can do opposite operations.
Okay, so when I do opposite operations, I have to rewrite my equation. Walk me through what to do, Henry.
So you're gonna divide 9 from the 9 and the 90.
I'm gonna divide both sides by 9, because we were multiplying 9 times n. Opposite of multiplying is dividing. 9 divided by 9 is 1. 90 divided by 9 is 10. What's our last way? Victoria? Yeah, so what fact family would I do for this?
-10.
90 divided by 9 equals that 10. So all three ways we get the same answer. We do want to make sure that we are checking our work. So 9 times 10, does that truly equal 90? 9 times 10 is 90. 90 equals 90, so I know I did my math correctly. So we want to check our work. So for the next two, n divided by 5 equals 9, and n divided by 12 equals 7, because remember that fraction bar is that division bar. It means divide. You're going to do two methods, and then you're going to check it. Two methods, and you check. So if it's writing the question, if you're doing opposite operations, if you're doing the fact family, make sure you're doing two methods and check it. So do those last two yourself, and we are going to look at our next page. This time it says pick your favorite, just like yesterday's. You can pick whichever one you want, but you do have to show your work. So those of us that did not show our work and we did mental math on yesterday's assignment didn't get credit for the assignment. You have to follow the directions. You have to show your work. We are going to be stepping into more complicated math. I'm giving you easy problems here. I know you can do it mental math-wise, but I know what's coming. I know that it's going to get way more complicated, and you will not be able to do mental math. I have had friends in the past couple years. I've talked to Mr. Schultz and I said, what do I do? They refuse to do the steps, and now they are completely lost. We get to the springtime, and they are lost on the objectives, and they look at me and they go, I don't know why I'm not getting it. I says, because you didn't put in the time and energy in the fall when I told you to. And seriously, they were lost in the spring. I don't want that to happen to you. When I say do the steps, it's because I know what's coming. Okay? I know you can do this mental math. I don't want you doing that because we're practicing the methods. That's what we're doing here, is getting in the habit of doing the methods. So make sure you're showing your work. Make sure you show that you're checking your answer. Okay, we need to build the good habits now so we're not lost in the future. Do the work. At the bottom, we've got questions to answer just like we did on yesterday's. Make sure you're really being careful when you read it. Yesterday's was, what is the degree change? And people are putting a negative. It doesn't make sense that it changed -8 degrees. Okay, really think through, does my answer truly answer the question? Okay. Do you guys have any questions on today's assignment? All right, you're gonna make sure you go back to that first page to do those last 2 problems, do 2 methods. Then on the second page, do 1 method. Make sure you're showing your work and you're checking your answer. You're showing that you're checking your answer. If you are watching this at home, I hope you are well. I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.